just a little more. My mind is wild and aching at the core. Do you mind before it's too late? Why we keep falling, falling through the years? Should I be leaning on each other all the way? Why we keep waiting for years? Like time's been frozen, never too late. Ocean breeze blowing in your hair. Come to me, how do I compare?
すごいねこれ。
'Cause this is our chance,
CG입니다.
what we waiting for. If you take my lead, it's you that I adore. Don't we go
でさ、はっきり見えとくない？
めっちゃ綺麗。すごい、五光が差しと。
大家鼓掌。之前来的时候有问这个姐姐说你们是
美味しい？
もっちもちやね。
うん。
Come on, so turn the key and cool her off. This applause for me. Reflect, you don't even have to rest. Be the cat in the sun. I was even today. I've got better things to do. To leave a little bit undone. And be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Set aside every empty spreadsheet. Loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around. Be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the world through today. I've got better things to do.
そうかよ。